Hi, family. Hi, family. My name is Dr. Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. Welcome to my Foundations of Meditation Masterclass. This masterclass is going to be a lovely introduction about the foundations of how, why, when, where, what, when. I think I said when already. Um, and just how to love on yourself and bring yourself to a state of heightened awareness through stillness. Yes? So, a little bit about myself. I have been a colon therapist for roughly 18 years now. I have created and written and self published and authored 6 books on colon therapy, digestive health and wellness, and self mastery. I have 4 decks of affirmation cards geared towards digestive education and self mastery. I have a foundation level colon hydrotherapy course all the way through instructor level. So I'm all about colon therapy and the world of and self mastery and all that good jazz. I personally myself have been a meditator. I want to say probably 2 years before I gave birth to my son. So it's been about 20 years since I've been meditating. And meditation actually prepared me for my birth. My birth was super, super simple, easy. It was less than 8 hours. He slipped out effortlessly. And one of the tools that I really implemented during my meditation or during my throughout my pregnancy actually and during delivery was my breath work and my meditation and getting still. Those were the 2 things that went hand in hand with me being able to even comprehend what my body was getting ready to release and walk into. Meditation is, for me, it has been a tool where I don't need to show up as anyone else. I can just come as I am, sit down, and literally just be poured into with no questions asked. I don't need to be assessed. I don't have to pay any money. It's completely available to me at any time in the world, at any time in the world. And it's a lovely neutral space. It's a very, very, very neutral space. And I love being in that neutral space because in neutrality comes clarity, comes nourishment, comes commitment, comes strength, compassion, a level of acceptance and self-mastery. And that's just a little bit. Like I can go so deep into what the levels that meditation can take you through. It's unreal. And so I challenged myself recently. Last year, which would have been 2018, in October, I needed to get very clear about my business. I wanted to get laser sharp on how I am being of service to the individuals that I am servicing. What am I supposed to be doing? And so I know through my study, I study human design, galactic signature, A Course in Miracles, Science of Mind, the Bible, and a lot of different other spiritual texts. I technically study about 2 hours a day, every day with that, right? And so in all of the texts and all of the study, it says stillness is where you get your answer. So I read and study this every single day. Now, up until that point, I was meditating here and there I was meditating. It wasn't consistent. I want to say out of 7 days, I would probably do about 3.5. And that wasn't intentional. So I challenged myself in October 2018 to meditate with 3 things to accomplish. Number 1, every single evening at the same time without fail, regardless of where I am, I will be meditating for a minimum 20 minutes. Minimum 20 minutes. Doesn't matter what's going on, I'm doing it. If I have to go to the restroom and sit on the toilet, that is where I will be meditating for 15 minutes every single day at the same time. So I picked a very specific time in between this time and this like peak hour for me was my stillness hour, where I had stillness in my house, where anytime between this hour, I can plug in 20 minutes. The second thing was to choose one frequency or one CD that I will consistently play. I'm not going to flip back and forth between different frequencies. I'm only going to stay with one. I chose Andre 3000's latest CD, the frequency, Blue New Moon, or one of the two, but it's his latest CD with the frequencies. I was at one point in the beginning moving through all of the songs, but then I started narrowing it down to like 3 that I would just really, really focus on. And then I focused it on 2 for a long time. I want to say for 8 months, I was listening to the same frequency at the same time for 8 months. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then the third that I wanted to include was plant medicine. And the plant medicine that I chose to use was Sananga eye drops. And I used amble paste on my gums. And amble paste is a tobacco paste that you can get. And they have various different levels for various different things. I selected one that was for clarity and stillness for both the Sananga eye drops and the amble tobacco paste. I get both of those plant medicines from this lovely website. It's for the word for FOUR visions with an S.com. forvisions.com. Lovely, lovely, lovely company. Very pure, very clean. They uphold the sacredness of everything that goes into even thinking about approaching this medicine. And it really is a medicine. So those were the 3 parameters that I gave myself. Every evening at the same time, regardless of what's happening, it does not matter what's happening. I'm using plant medicine. And I'm only using the same frequency. I'm not shifting in between different frequencies. I stuck with the same frequency. When I first started to stick to this program that I committed to myself for a whole year, 12 months, I committed to this from October to October. So technically I already had a anniversary. I'll tell you about that in a second. For the first couple of weeks, oh my goodness, it was beyond difficult. And I kept looking at myself like, what is wrong with me? I should be able to just, snap into it. I'm a colon therapist. I know what this is, da da da. But what I realized was coming up was all of my fears, all of my doubts, all of my struggles, all of my inner shit, all the residue from stuff that just was not, I didn't need it, but for some reason I thought I needed it. You're going to go through so many different levels of assessment, like a systems analysis. You just start going through all of your systems, right? And so I'm filtering and I'm trying to clear my brain. But what tends to happen when you first start meditating is that all of the loose chatter, they call it monkey chatter, that's the stuff that comes up. That's the process. Let it come up. Deal with it. Talk with it. Tell it where to go. Deal with it. For me, it lasted a couple of days. I think I want to say maybe almost 2 weeks. It wasn't exactly 2 weeks. It was almost 2 weeks. And then I started getting really, really, really still. Like I can feel my shoulders getting still. My heart started slowing down. I wasn't forcing, like I have to hold my hands this way, or I have to have a very erect spine, or I have to have my chin up and my eyes looking downward. There are all these parameters about meditation and what it should be. I completely did everything like that. And I went to spirit. I went to God, whoever you want to go to, Buddha, Allah, spirit, your ancestors, whoever. And I just said, teach me. I want to learn. From that moment on, I went from struggling to sit for 10 minutes to sitting for almost 2 hours in complete stillness, in complete silence. Just through, or not just through, but with the intentional aspect of staying committed. Doesn't matter what's going on, I'm doing it. Doesn't matter if I hurt or if I need to go to sleep or whatever. I didn't make any excuses for myself. Like there are no excuses. And so when you make this very radical petition to your higher self to push beyond and have your cup runneth over through stillness, it starts to do stuff in your body. It starts to move things around. You get very appreciative of the stillness. You start to reassess why you're moving the way you're moving. You start to assess why you agreed to all of these peripheral activities around you. They're not really, they're affecting you because you're doing it, but it's like, what is all of this? You start looking at stuff. You start looking and assessing your conversations and saying, why am I agreeing to this? Why did I just say that? You start looking at why you eat the way you eat. You start looking at the colors you wear every day. You wake up in the morning with a complete reverence of your day, with the knowing that you're getting ready to go back into the void to play. That's what starts happening. So when you start meditating, you go from, it's a chore, I have to do it, it's something that's recommended, to softening and like, oh, actually my back doesn't hurt anymore and I actually can cross my legs, to I'm feeling good and I'm feeling rested, and your skin is getting brighter, to you start making excuses to get home so that you can go into your stillness. It is a lovely transformation of yourself that just continues to spiral upward when you stay committed to your meditation practice. And what I want to share with you in this masterclass, I'm going to do my best to keep it about 45 minutes, is that your meditation can be whatever you want it to be. You don't have to sit like this with your eyes closed and, a certain mudra with your hands and your legs crossed. You can lay down, you can stand up. Start wherever you want to start, because what's going to happen is that organically it's going to start shaping and forming. So this particular masterclass is not to tell you how to do your meditation. It's to show you where you can go when you commit to yourself at the highest level possible. One of the tools to do that is through meditation, right? So with that being said, I want to start off with cleansing the body. especially if you're going to be using plant medicine. And I have some notes that I'll be looking at to make sure that I stay on track and keep this about 45 minutes. We're already about 15. Cleansing the body. In order for you to get still, in order for you to quiet the mind, the body cannot have any needs. It just cannot. It cannot need to empty the bladder. It cannot need to empty the colon. So if you're constipated, or you have diarrhea, or you have any digestive upset, or you have a urinary tract infection, or you have a yeast infection, or like you're on your menstrual cycle and it's just like really rocking your world right now, that's not the time to do this. You have to tend to your body first. So there's a step that you need to take. If you fall into that category, there's one step that you need to take before you drop into meditation, and that is giving the body what it needs, nourishing the body. Hence, you heard me say not detox the body, nourish the body. Because in order to connect with spirit, you have to be nourished and not depleted. Most people, when they go into a cleansing, they start detoxing. Cleansing doesn't mean detoxing. Cleansing can also mean nourishing. Cleansing means that you're no longer eating foods that are detrimental to your diet, or to your body, to your health, to your mind, to your womb space, to your heart space. That's what that means. Like, you're cleaning up your diet. You're not eating, pizza every Friday. You're not drinking soda with lunch every day. Like, you're not doing that. Like, you're drinking water now. You're making herbal teas. That's what that means. And those herbal teas are nourishing, and they're giving to you, and they're feeding to you. They're not taking from you like caffeine would. Does that make sense? So when you start nourishing your body on that level, and you start using herbs like lemons and limes and cayenne extract and parsley and garlic and cinnamon, plenty of spring water, doing some enemas, water, just plain warm filtered water, spring water, is the best way to start prepping your body for stillness. And then if you have the luxury of meeting with someone like me, a colon therapist who would love to guide you on this journey, I highly recommend that you start giving yourself the luxury of making an appointment with a colon therapist and pouring into yourself minimum once a month. And then the other weeks that you did not get a colonic, you're giving yourself an enema. So if we have 4 weeks in a month, you're going to have one of those weeks will be a colonic, and then the other 3, you will be giving yourself an enema. I do have an enema how-to class on my website at moyabodycare.com. If you're definitely interested in learning how to do that properly, what to look for, recipes, tools, etc., etc., etc. Totally on my website. So with the aspect of cleansing, I highly recommend that if this is all new to you, I recommend that you take about 21 days, about 3 weeks, to start taking more baths, right? You can take a salt bath with Epsom salt. You can take a baking soda bath with baking soda. A hydrogen peroxide bath with hydrogen peroxide. If you are definitely interested in learning like how to do the baths and everything, I have posted the detox bath on all of my social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I have a lot of videos on detox baths and how to prepare yourself, herbal baths, etc. on my YouTube channel at Moya Body Care Wellness on YouTube. So you can definitely go there as well. I highly recommend that you start pulling back from processed food, heavy food, carbs. If you're a really carby person, carbs tend to block information versus opening information. So you want to consume foods that are water-based, very soft and gentle to break down. Thai food is one of my favorite examples of that, because Thai food is normally very soft, very soupy, a lot of good spices that move through the body. Things like that is what you want to start consuming, because there is a very specific dieta that goes with you in meditate, actually, in everything. Let's just call it what it is. Everything requires a very specific diet, not just if you are using plant medicine. If you are in yoga training, there's a very specific diet that you have to follow, which basically means diet. If you are a student of Ayurveda, there is an Ayurvedic menu that you are following for your doshas, like for your I'm switching systems here. For your body type is what I'm trying to say. I'll just keep it very simple. So every system has like this protocol of food nourishment to prepare for stillness. Okay. I would also recommend that you start either with some gentle breathing techniques. One of my favorite is fire breathing. You don't have to do fire breathing in the like intensity that most people say. And I do have a fire breathing video on my YouTube page, but you can shorten it and you can create whatever you want to create with that breath. It is transformational. It really, really, really is transformational. So I highly recommend that you play around with some different breathing techniques. Even if you just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth, and just start feeling that for about no more than 5 minutes before you slip into your meditation. It is going to take you so much deeper. You're going to hit levels of your higher self that you're going to come back and go, that was amazing. I'm ready to go back tomorrow. So pick a breathing technique, a breathing tool that you like. And again, it doesn't have to be anything that has a lot of steps to it. This is all about less is more. We're moving towards stillness, not activity. So just inhaling 4 counts, exhaling 5 counts is going to get you there. And then once you start feeling like you're centered in everything, then you can start moving into your meditation. Okay. Let's look at intention. One thing that I really, really love about meditation is that you can create whatever you want to create around your meditation. I literally have a whole entire ritual that I have created around my daily evening meditation. I come home. I wash with a very specific soap. It's a liquid soap that I get, and it has frankincense and myrrh in it. I love that soap. That's the soap I wash with in the evening. In the morning, I wash with a very different soap, and that soap is just for, vanity and making my skin, soft and everything. So that has a different purpose. So I do use 2 different soaps, one for spiritual reasons in the evening, and to also cut everything off of me from me being at work, because I work in the world of energy exchange. So that particular soap has a very specific intention, which is what we're talking about, being very intentional. So I use that soap, and I always wash 3 times from head to toe, head to toe, head to toe, 3 times. And then I rinse off. I do a hot and cold once. I don't have a lot of body fat. Like I have like 0 body fat actually. And so that cold hot thing, I'll do it once, I'm good, and then I get out, right? And so I do coat myself from head to toe with a mixture of black seed oil and castor oil. And I do that literally from head to toe, face included. I go in my ears, I get inside my nose. I definitely work it into my my organs here, my gonads there, your throat, my tonsils, all that good stuff, because this is where things get stuck. So I start moving stuff around, right? And you can feel it, and it'll cough up. Now, this is part of the cleansing process as well, too. Cleansing your body and moving things around, right? So I'm literally sitting on the edge of my bed doing this, And I can feel things moving around. I'll cough it up or whatever. Most of the time when I start doing this, I start to have a feeling to go to the restroom, to actually have a bowel movement, because your mouth is the beginning stage of your digestion. Your anus is the last point of exit, and it's all connected. So if I start stimulating up here, it's going to create a movement down there because I'm stimulating, right? Everything's connected in the body. Nothing is an island. Remember that. So I massage my whole entire body. I put my, I do have a ritual where I put on my very fluffy socks. Those are my meditation socks. And my feet tend to get a little cold. And then I have a very, very fluffy robe. That's my meditation robe. I have a notebook that I sit in front of me and I write out my petition. Your petition basically is your intention. Like, why are you here? What do you want to do? What do you want to say? So I literally just write like a letter to God, basically. And I just say, God, thank you for today. This is what happened. I really appreciate that because we had a conversation that I wanted to manifest that and it happened. So I do a little gratitude, first. And then I go into what I want to work on now. If you can help me out, help me understand that. And then anything else that I need to pay attention to, anything else that I need to let go, please allow me to see it and feel it and smell it, however it needs to get my attention. And then I close it, and then I just put a candle on top of it to just bring the attention there from the cosmos. You want to always light the way. And then I do have a incense burning. I normally burn either a cinnamon incense, because it's all about abundance and bringing whatever you want into existence. Even when I'm not asking for anything, I still ask to stay full. So I burn cinnamon. I'm always burning sage. That's always like in the incense or on the charcoal burning, and some copal. Every now and then, I actually prefer the copal spray versus the burning, the resin. It's a little too strong for me burning, but the spray is phenomenal for me. Once I do all of that, I write my petition out and I sit my candle. I'll do a couple of deep breaths, and then I will apply the plant medicine. I normally do the amble first over my gums, and then I'll do my eye drops. My headphones are already on. Andre 3000 is already playing. The lights are already out. I may have 2 candles glowing. Actually, my salt lamp and then the candle light, and that's it. And then I close my eyes, and then I start to feel the plant medicine doing its thing, and I just get really, really, really still. I have been all over the world with that particular ritual, but that is what works for me. Now, when I first started meditation, it was not like that. It was not like that. It was very forced. I was looking, at other people and what they were doing. Why? I have no idea. I think it's just human nature to compare and see what other people are doing versus trusting yourself and going within. And that's what meditation is all about. Meditation is about meeting you right where you are, accepting you right where you are, and you don't need anything else, and just being present. All of the books that you see behind me came through meditation. All of my online courses that I have this year, and the way that it is this year, in 2019, in December of 2019, all of that came through meditation. Every single aspect of it came through my meditation. The way that I work with my clients this year was gifted to me through meditation. I got all the instructions through stillness. Yes, I questioned what I was hearing. Yes, we all do. But then you get to a moment where you start trusting, because there is no resistance in the body. My body fully accepted everything. And now when things are happening around me, I don't feel the need to join in the chaos or the confusion. I drop back into my stillness. When people are in front of me and they're having a difficult time and they want to be very difficult with me, that's exactly what I do. And I go back into feeling my body when I'm in meditation. I will be very honest with you now. Spirit is like, correct that. Now, I don't have to think about going into that mode. It automatically shows up for me. That is the power of meditation. That is the place that you want to get to, is when meditation starts to automatically turn on for you and you don't need to do anything outside of embodiment and breathe and stay consistent to your practice. That's it. That's literally what meditation is staying consistent to you, having an intention. Why are you here? What do you want to accomplish? And then stick into the program again. And then doing it again. And then doing it again. And doing it again. And not necessarily videotaping yourself doing it. Like, you really didn't hear me say a whole lot about meditation this year in 2019. I did a couple of events here and there just introducing people. But outside of that, I didn't really share what I was doing for me. You want to keep it that way, so that you stay focused, so that you can keep it private, so that you can keep it sacred. This is for you. This is not a performance. This is this information that comes down the pipeline when you meditate is specifically designed and engineered only for your ears and heart space to accept. Nobody else is going to hear what you hear. Nobody. That should be enough to say, oh my God, like, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. Meditation on your terms, however you choose to get down, will start to open up a part of your brain that used to be filled with no's and fears. It's going to shift those no's and fears softly. It's not going to jam it into fifth and just take off. It's going to gently ascend you. It's going to consistently lift your chin up to where it needs to be. And you're going to feel like this lifting. And you're going to feel it and you're going to go, why do I feel like so light and like good? The reason why you feel so light and good is because your own weight weighs nothing. The reason why you were so weighted down was because you were carrying the weight of other people around you that you didn't need to. And in meditation helps you to take all of that stuff off. Meditation helps you to cut the cords and get back to your original self, your authentic self. That's what meditation helps you to accomplish. It continues to help you understand that you are well. There's nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly fine. You are divine. This timing is perfect. You are in alignment. You are a child of God. You can do this. You have done it. Remember who you are. You're in your higher self. That's what meditation is constantly doing to you. It changes your subconscious reprogramming. That's what it does. Meditation will start changing how you talk to yourself. Meditation will change what you feed yourself. Meditation will change who you entertain and why and how long you entertain them. Meditation will help you understand where your time is wasted and where your time is valued. That's what meditation can do for you. It's very simple. I just wanted to share the world of meditation. The foundation of it is you. You are the foundation. With your intention, your commitment, and your consistency, You can't lose. You can't lose. You really, really, really cannot lose. When was the last time you poured into yourself unconditionally like this and committed 12 months? That's my challenge to you. Commit 12 months. Don't do it for 2 weeks. Don't do it for 3 weeks, 21 days. Don't do it for that. Commit to yourself, your higher self, your highest self. Commit to meeting her or him within the next 12 months. Imagine what can come down the pipeline when you say yes to you. Remember, I said all of my books came down in my meditation. As soon as I said yes, boom, 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 and I just started writing. I'm like, what is this? Boop, book. What is this? Another book. What is this? Another book. Like 3 books came down the pipeline like that. Boom, boom, boom. I just released my coloring book. Getting ready to release a cooking book. Yes, yes, yes. You meditate. You give to yourself. She's going to keep giving to you. She's going to keep giving to you. That's how this works. That's how it works. So with that being said, I did very well on time. I kept it under 45 minutes. If you want to dive deeper into meditation, and if you're ready to really start moving some things around in your body, I would love to invite you to join my 7-day meditation reset course available on my website. It's totally self-paced, and on this course that's on my website, or in this course that's on my website, is that you will be led for 7 days through a very specific meditation that you're going to follow and meditate on. And then that meditation is going to be met with an EFT tapping sequence, which is an emotional freedom technique, emotional freedom release technique, to break up any of the false beliefs that we have in our body through frequency, energy, vibration, and affirmation. So every day you'll get 7 of those, right? And then you have a journal prompt. You have 7 days of journal prompts to dive deep, so that when you physically go to sit in your meditation, you have so much to meditate on. It's a lovely, lovely journey. So definitely feel free to visit my website, which is Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com. And you also have 3 other ways to connect with me. One is through physical services, through colon therapy or yoni steaming. My private office is here in Torrance, California. The second is through coaching. I do offer a seership program for 3 months. Seership basically means you tapping into your higher self. We do so by using your human design, galactic signature, natal chart, and solar return charts, so that you can understand how great and amazing you are and how to apply those gifts to the real world. And then the third way that you can work with me is that if you are interested in being a colon therapist and doing what I do and giving back to the community, I do offer a colon therapy training that is 3 months long, followed by a 6-day in-person training. And you can find all of that information on a second website, which is mbcwellnessinstitute.com. So until then, stay hydrated, be blessed, and approach meditation with the reverence that you would pour into yourself. Treat this as a temple and an oasis to nourish your soul. Until then, stay magical.